Welcome to the Hoops Capital podcast, brought to you by Harvey Norman and powered by Road. I'm one half of the hosting duties, King's Big, Jordi Hunter, here with Big King, Wollongong entrepreneur, King Gong, Paul Smith. We're the only basketball podcast here at Hoops Capital that's not going to have much to say about X's and O's, so we'll see how that takes us.
Hopefully we can bring a little bit of entertainment. This is going to be a weekly occurrence, at least that's the plan. Featuring yourself and myself, Paul Smith and Jordi Hunter. We should just formally get through that. The weird thing about this podcast is that normally podcasts have to go about 100 episodes and they have to do a bunch of listens to get sponsors. We've started with sponsors already.
Cart before the horse.
And I love that. Yeah. So firstly, thank you to Harvey Norman for all your support and helping us put this together. And to our friends at Road who've done an amazing job setting us up with the best equipment possible. So there's no doubt they can even make us look and sound good, which is pretty rare. So
hard to do.
We're grateful for that. So thank you to those guys. And as we go through the shows and in the future, we'll give those guys a bit of a shout out as we go forward. But so here we are. We've talked about what we wanted to do, and the day's arrived. And we've got guests. Today we've got Jaylen Adams joining us. And so we'll have a procession of guests, not all basketball. We want to talk about things that are different, that are a bit strange, peculiar, and also mix in a bit of X's and O's in that as well. But main thing is we just want to have fun and get a bit of enjoyment. So hopefully we can achieve that.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Fun sounds like something we can arrange.
Yeah, well, we've got to do that. Now, mate, good start of the year for you.
Yeah. We'll definitely take it. It's the team's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
That's first and foremost what we're after. And, you know.
That's a lie.
Tough one. We're not going to start this off on a selfish note.
No, we'll get to there later.
A few episodes in. Yeah, it's been, some good opportunity on my end. So it's just trying to make the most of it. There's room to grow and, we'll see where we can take it.
So the pre-season, off-season for you, pretty unusual. Traipsing around Europe.
Something like that, yeah.
Art galleries? What were you doing? What was going on?
Mostly art galleries.
No, come on.
The idea was to, at my size, when I broke a lower extremity, so it's not ideal. But towards the end of last season, it was just starting to be a bit gimpy. So I had to, instead of playing in the off season as most folks would, decided to take a bit of time. And my fiance was off to do some work in Europe, and I said maybe I'll tag along. I don't fit in a suitcase, but we. Were you
the man bag? Were you the guest?
The house husband.
Right. Okay. Well, how did that feel?
Look, I'm a modern man. I'll do what I do.
There's a lot to be said for it.
I'll do what I got to do. But yeah, it was a good. I ended up being there for 2 months, so it was kind of a.
Did that go longer than you thought?
Did it go longer than I thought? It was kind of like I had a date that I was going to come back, and we kind of arranged a little bit into that off-season starting to get over there, and my fiance was there for 4 months, so she was doing, she had a good little stint over there. And
she was working.
Yeah. I mean, once you're over there, you can kind of sneak in a weekend here and there to go see some places, and we made the most of it.
Was it London-based? Were you in London or?
It was Paris-based for the first 2 months. She was London-based for the next 2 months, so obviously.
The bit you did was in Paris.
Yeah, so.
Did you see Wemby?
I kept my eyes peeled, and he's not a hard one to. He's a hard
Did
one
anyone
to miss.
think you were Wemby, running around as tall as you are?
That'd be tall, sis, I imagine. But
he is so big.
He is a big boy. Some of the things he's doing.
I just can't believe it. Like, we had scouts coming through last season, back of end of our season, when they're looking through the litter, looking to see what they could find. And a couple of them had been over there to look at it, and they came. This is back in May, March, April, whenever. They said it's real. Yeah. He's real. Yeah. And then he did that. What was it? He did the summer league stint, and sort of wasn't that great. And then it just. The stuff in the preseason's been incredible.
Just some of how close he is to the rim is maybe underestimated.
Crazy.
But just the length and the skill set is just in combination.
Bizarre.
It's just full
unbelievable. And so you do feel like your form so far this season?
Yeah. And obviously there's always room to grow and pieces to keep adding and as the boys kind of go through that early season teething process, it's good that we've put up a few wins rather than learning the hard way. But
Yeah.
we'll.
We had a hard way on the weekend.
Yeah. That's a good side that, you know.
This is Tasmania. So for the record, we're doing this on the Tuesday after we're recording on the Tuesday after Tasmania, which I think a few of us are still licking our wounds over.
Yeah, I was sitting at dinner last night and I was just like, I'm still not very good at losing. It really, I carry it around like a sack. So I got to, that's some personal development I got to get through. But it's, you never want to lose at home, obviously. But,
that's a tough one.
We've lost them already, so you want to get that, when you get a chance to get them back straight away, it's
brutal.
That's what you want, and then not to be able to get that done was tough, but we'll take a lot away from it. And I mean, they're a side in form right now. They're really firing on all cylinders.
Well, I'm a bit of a stirrer, and I like to, interact a little bit on Twitter. But
where's this going?
I'm just telling you, those Tasmanian fans are brutal. I mean, like they make the Perth people look like kindergarten children in terms of what they can get up to on Twitter and the way they get at you. So, I got a little bit of PTSD over it, but that's okay. Last time I looked, you don't win championships in October, Jordy.
No, and that's, a lot of the narrative going into this season is us being peppered with questions about, like, are you going to get that three-peat done and how's that going to look? And it's like, we're going to try and win this weekend. And then, hopefully by the end of the season, you've clocked up enough wins to give yourself a chance. Yeah. And that's all you can really do. And, we didn't take care of business this weekend, but there's basketball to come.
Yeah. Kansas weekend.
On Saturday, they're just back from the States, so that'll be their first hit out.
Oh, no, they got Illawarra on Thursday,
That's right.
So hopefully Illawarra can soften them up a little bit for us.
Yeah, that'll be, we'll take that for sure. But that's always a tough road trip going up there, and it's nice and sticky up there this time of year. So
I think they're having a DJ Hogue welcoming party as well.
He deserves it. He did well for him, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be that welcoming, personally. I texted with DJ this afternoon. I said, how are you feeling about it? And he said, they're going to be waiting for me. So we'll see how they go.
It'll be, I guess this is us saying that he's playing this weekend.
Well, I hope he is.
Same. It'll be great to have him back. He's a hell of a player, and, bummer losing him in the preseason, but, that's not the first time that's happened to us.
Not playing. I think it's hurt him. I think talking to him, he's frustrated. He wants to get out of it.
There's not a lot of, jobs where your shoulder can come out and all of a sudden you can't do your job. So he's been chomping at the bit. He's been working hard, and he's looking good.
Yeah. All right, so we've done all the softening up things, and we're going to get ready for our first guest who's going to join us. And, of course, we're introducing our first guest in our first reboot of Hoops Capital podcast. And joining us today is none other than the one and only Mr. Jaylen Adams. Jaylen, welcome to the house, man.
It was good, fellas.
I've passed that on from Jaylen, a bit of skin for you, brother.
Thanks, Jay.
When are we getting a secret handshake going, you and me?
We'll work on it.
I'm not great at them, though. Sometimes the handshake is an issue for me. I just don't get it right.
Try to keep it simple for you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Well, that's good. That's good to have you.
Don't lead with that you can't do them if you want to do a secret handshake.
Oh, I said it's not a secret.
No, don't say that you don't know how to do it.
Oh, really?
Back yourself, and then maybe you'll be
No,
able to
but I'm old and white. It's a bit of it's a bit of a challenge for me, this thing. But that's okay. But it's good being old and white. But I tell you what, I wish I was young and talented like these two blokes, I must say. Good to have you here, mate. Now, when we're, normally when you're doing crash test dummies, you get the thing with the yellow dots on the side of the head, and it sits there like this and hits the car. You're on our first ep, and it's just great to have you here, and thanks for coming and joining us, mate.
Well, thanks for having me. It should be fun.
Yeah, well,
welcome to the train wreck.
We'll see how we go. Well, we had a train wreck on Sunday. We got over that bit. We've already talked about that in the first part anyway. But that's okay. So, mate, welcome back to Sydney. How is it? What have you found different, and what have you found the same? And what have you enjoyed about Sydney itself, and what are you feeling?
It's a lot newer, I'll say, just because it was COVID the last time I was here.
Yeah.
So I've been outside a lot more, enjoying Sydney, enjoying the beaches, enjoying some newfound places.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's very new, I'll say.
Right. Yeah.
Got any hot tips on what spots have you picked up?
Food wise, I haven't gone far with the food, to be honest with you. Everything else is kind of. I've been downtown a lot more, so stores that everybody kind of goes to.
Yeah.
Casino, obviously, good pastime, and
Because they've got the big screens there for the televisions and
for
that,
sure,
right? That's what you go
you know
there
what I'm
for.
saying? Yeah, to eat and just
Yeah.
watch all the games at once.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So they've been seeing me a lot lately just to watch games.
Am I right in saying that DJ Hoag's a bit of a influence in these little efforts of yours outside Sydney Olympic Park?
Yeah, for sure. DJ and Denzel.
Yeah.
DJ lives in Bondi by the beach.
Yeah.
That's how you say it, right? Bondi.
Bondi, if you
Bondi?
wish. But you go Bondi, you got
I'll
that
go
right.
Bondi.
That's pretty good.
But he lives there though, so I spend a lot of time just at his
Yeah.
house, and we'll get some food by the beach, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Sightsee out there. So I definitely say he's a big influence in that.
You enjoying it? You enjoying yourself being back here?
Most definitely. The atmosphere here, the weather, obviously, is
Yeah.
far from what it is where I'm from. So it's just nice being back.
Wow, it's unbelievable to think you grew up in DMV and DC sort of area. That is a brutal environment there. That weather, man. The winter and summers are humid. The whole thing, you know.
Yeah, most definitely. It's not a bunch of great weather, like you said.
Yeah.
It snows in the winter,
Yeah.
and it's extra sticky in the summer. So and we don't have no beaches, so it's kind of you just outside, sweating for the most part.
And so one quick question on food. I always like to ask people from overseas, when you go home, what's the first thing you go to? When you are you an in and out guy, or what's the thing when I'm traveling, a meat pie is something like, geez, I love a meat pie. What's the thing for you?
Chipotle.
Chipotle, okay.
Chipotle for sure.
Really, yeah.
Good burrito bowl. You get the dressing. You can't forget the dressing.
Yeah, do you go the avocado and that?
Nah, I'm not a guac guy. A little sour cream, cheese,
Okay.
lettuce, hot salsa.
Cool.
Chipotle's dangerous, man.
Sneaky
You can start
order
going
for
through
you.
if you're
All right,
careful.
so let's get the show started. We have 10 envelopes in here. Each of these envelopes contain a question.
Okay.
You're going to pull one of these envelopes, but we're going to play along, right? So, what we're going to do is we have to answer the same question, all right? So here we go. So I'll let you choose the envelope.
So you pulling one too?
No, we're going to answer the same question as you, or if you want, we'll pull a question.
I mean, you might as well first.
Okay, we pull one.
Let's see what the question is before
Yeah,
we
first,
decide.
yeah, go.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
take this one.
All right, number 4.
Let's see.
Door 4. What do you got?
Let's see. Lucky number 4. Do we have a number 4 on the team? I don't think so. Oh man, best night out you've ever had.
I'm definitely choosing another question.
I don't know how I feel about this question.
Is it out here?
In the last, let's go. Okay, best night out you've ever had in the last 12 months.
The last 12 months.
Yeah,
It's a sticky question right there.
yeah.
It's a trap.
We can edit it.
It's
Are we doing one pass?
Yeah,
I'm
do you
gonna
want to
pass.
pass on that one?
I mean, I won't pass. I'll play. I'll try to PG my night out.
Yeah, okay.
I don't
That's
have a cool answer, man.
Last 12 months. So I went home. I got home a little bit early. It was cold outside. My friend owns a restaurant. So I got some, free food at the restaurant. Night started good.
Yeah,
Then I went to my little brother's game.
right.
I haven't seen him play live since he was a kid, just because we always playing basketball at the same time. So I got home, got to see him hoop. He went crazy too, had a great game. My little sisters actually came to the game too, so I got to hang with the fam at the game. So that was a good start to the night. I don't know how to PG this part.
You do your thing, man.
Yeah, for sure. It was
Bowling.
yeah, it was some fun events after that. After the game, a little nightclub.
Did that
action.
involve the family with you, or you went
Nah.
you went solo after that?
After the family, it kind of went left. It kinda
Okay,
just
right. Yeah.
Me and one homie,
Yeah.
close friend. We went to a little. How y'all say it out here?
Bowling.
Little bowling alley.
Bowling alley, yeah, right. Okay.
Little nice bowling alley with
Yeah.
some nice people and nice music.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god.
we had some nice,
Refreshments.
refreshments. And we were there for a long time. We actually went back to the restaurant. They reopened it for us. And,
Really? You got that much pull?
Well, nah, it's really my friend's dad's restaurant.
Right.
And it's a nice little African food
Okay.
restaurant. So,
Cool.
yeah, so he kept it open for us. He really runs it, so.
Did you get home in daylight?
We got home and it was light outside.
Yeah, that's a good night.
Yeah,
That is a good night.
So
that's called playing through, by the way.
For
You play
sure.
through.
We
It was
played
summer
through the
though.
whole
The
night.
sun came up early.
The sun came up early, you know. Daylight savings.
Yeah, all that.
There was a lot of it. A lot of
So
elements.
that was a great night right
Yeah.
there.
Well, look, I've got this theory about nights out is that, you know, when you plan a 21st or a wedding, a bachelor party or something like that, there's always this anticipation. It's just like crazy, yeah, everyone's frothing, but then you hit the night and it just doesn't quite fire. Then this thing called a quiet little drink where you go out with a mate. So I'll meet you for 2 beers. Tuesday night, you know, you mind your own business. And Tuesday night, next thing you know, it's 4 a.m. and you're in a club somewhere. You go, how did this happen, you know?
Yeah, the unplanned
The quiet
nights.
little drink is the best one. So that sounds like the the brothers basketball, caught the family.
For sure.
You just got the feel and off it went from there.
For sure, those unplanned nights are the best nights.
Yeah.
You're just kind of figuring it out
Yeah, you
by
bet.
the hour.
You bet. There you go. What about you, mate?
I've been sitting here trying to listen and trying to, at the same time, think of like a cool answer, but I don't really have one. So I'll just.
He just got engaged, by the way, so he's not going
Yeah,
to.
I'm very
Like
boring.
very
But
slow
to
for the
that
nights out.
point, I hardly ever go out after games because I'm usually trying to I'm in a race to get to sleep because it's hard for me.
Yeah.
And one night last year after a Melbourne game, I went out with some of the boys in Melbourne. Again, I never do that. I'm going home, and I'm not even just saying that to be clean skin. I actually am a bit of a drag. But I'm there with Sean Bruce of all people in the corner, just mind our own business, and out of the mosh pit comes my first girlfriend from college to
Randomly.
out of just in Melbourne to say g'day. And out of nowhere, there's people everywhere, and I guess I'm pretty tall, so it's maybe easy to find. But that was maybe a lesson in why you're supposed to just go home and read a book or something.
Yeah.
But that was a fun.
Daylight? Was that daylight?
It was no, it was very much nighttime when we wrapped that up. And
Oh, okay, right, okay.
Got
That's
home.
good. We had a flight early,
But
probably.
that to my best night out ever, that's a bit of a sad answer, but I pivot a
Just
little
12
bit.
months. Just 12 months.
Yeah,
Just
that's
last
right.
12 months.
That's
Yeah.
okay. That's
You know.
cool.
That was a real thrill.
So the last 12 months, what happened? Like, Europe, tough,
Yeah, it
didn't
was.
happen, didn't feel right?
No, I think it just didn't work out. You know, some situations are
Yeah.
different type of situations, and I don't put anybody at fault. You know,
No,
and I
no.
always look
No,
at
it's not like
myself.
that, yeah.
So
Yeah.
the way I look at it, I could have performed better. But the situation was the situation, and it didn't work out. But I still had a great time in Serbia. I had never been to Europe. Belgrade was a very, very fun place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, extremely. So it was.
So it wasn't tough living there. It wasn't the living environment.
Nah, not at all. I had a great time in my couple months that I was there. Got to play with some great guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really wasn't a drag for real. It was a cool couple months.
We're seeing kind of how hard it is to stick in general. Like in the NBA this week, we've seen like our mate Zave got
Yeah, for
let go today, and like seeing how well he did here to make that leap, and then it just didn't quite stick because GM leaves. There's a million different reasons.
For
It's
sure. Just an opportunity, you know. And Zave's a great player too. Just I know he'll land on his feet, but
absolutely.
like I said earlier, it's about opportunity and situation and the best fit. And it just, like it didn't work out for me over there. It didn't work out so much for him there. But I'm sure he had a great time, and I'm sure he learned a lot from it. And like I said before, I know he'll land on his feet.
Just how hard is it to stick in something like the NBA and
it's
carve out
tough.
a little niche for yourself?
It's tough. It's very tough. Simply because there's a new 60 guys coming every year. Young guys, younger than you. Coaches flip-flop a lot, So systems change, roles change, and GMs change. So it's not easy, It's like you say, you almost got to carve out what you do well and just be great at it. Just be great at a role. You see like a lot of role players who may not even be like the best players, but are just great at what they do. Great rebounders or great locker room guys or, just really solid point guards who don't turn the ball over. So yeah, I think it's just about finding your niche in there and just being able to, just adapt almost. Kind of got to have a real adaptability to stay in that league. It's hard. They told me it's harder to stay than it is to get there. Getting there is one thing. Staying is another thing, and getting back is a whole another story. So, it's difficult, but, the journey's fun, and you get to learn a lot from it. So,
I think with basketball, it's such a global game now. There are opportunities, but it's the show. Definitely, it's the show.
For sure.
It's the one thing that I guess every basketballer dreams of to get there. If you play one game or 400 games, whatever that number is.
For sure.
But sort of highlights what a unicorn LeBron is. He just keeps going.
Can I tell you, 20 years?
How do you do that?
It's ridiculous. Well, I mean, he's one of the best players ever, if not the best. So.
And we're not going to go there today.
Yeah, I'm not going to dive into that one, but just the way that he take care of his body, just being able to do it to do it at that level for so long is just. It's a tremendous accomplishment.
I'm trying to recall now, but someone told me when I was living over in the US that I read it somewhere. He spends over $1 million a year out of his own pocket on his well-being, and to the extent that he was with Miami or wherever it was, that he had the gym that he built at home exactly reflected the gym that they had at the facility.
For sure.
So everything was, and he's got, but I guess it's easy when you make that
I was
sort
about
of
to say
dough.
it's probably a lot easier
Yeah.
when he's
Exactly right.
the highest paid
Tax deduction
athletes
as well.
in the world, one of them.
Oof.
Yeah, facts. Those LA taxes.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Well, he wasn't playing tax in Florida. That
That's
was
a
all right
fact.
down there.
Miami, he made a business move.
He sure did. He sure did. I was living in Connecticut when he announced I'm taking my talents to South Beach. They had the Boys and Girls Club of America in Greenwich, Connecticut.
It's crazy.
It was mad. The town was mad that night. It was crazy.
I imagine there's probably a lot of people, specifically from Cleveland, that were probably a little mad about it. But he paid it forward, though.
A few TVs.
Well, I think the Knicks thought they'd get in because they're doing the announcement in Connecticut, just north of New York City. Yeah.
Set him up.
Yeah, he sure did. But I did think I have read that he said that was a sort of didn't go great. It was it's not.
It was a funny decision.
Well, I think the way they announced it.
Yeah.
That was
They were
probably,
raising money for the Boys and Girls Club. That was the
it
thing.
was a good thing.
Yeah.
So even probably the announcement and all is probably what made people the most mad. It was televised announcement about where he's going as a free agent, but at least it was for a good cause.
Yeah. Someone made money. It was good.
For
That was
sure.
really, really good. Yeah. So, mate, you're back here and enjoying things with the Kings. It's all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Everyone's being nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody except Jordi. Jordi's still Jordi.
He's getting big boots, mate. He's getting all his profile. He's busy cutting out clippings of himself now.
Yeah, he's the coolest ever, man.
Starter.
He's balling right now.
Nah.
Doesn't know how to act.
It goes away as quick as it comes if you're not careful.
No, it's all right. We get our big man DJ Hoeg back this week.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun, man. That's my guy too. I play with DJ. I've known DJ for a little while now.
Yeah.
Played with him in the G League a little bit.
When you say that, you played the G League together. So you were teammates. It wasn't a summer league thing.
Nah, but like in the summer in I think it was college, we played on the same team at a couple camps.
Right.
That's kind of where I first met him, and then playing with him in the G League. It was just a real close team, so it was more than just teammates. It was a real close.
Was he a spot up shooter then? Was he?
Yeah, I mean he got game though. He could shoot for sure, but he got game outside of just being a knockdown shooter.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably what he hangs his hat on. He'll probably tell you that.
He was a Kings killer last year.
Yeah, for sure.
I used
He nearly sent us
to get the heebie-jeebies when he went up the court. I'd be just going, oh my God, here we go again. What's he going to do to us?
Yeah, for
you know?
sure.
So I was pretty glad to get him on board. What about my efforts to get you back, mate? Have you ever been recruited so hard?
I can honestly say I've never had an owner anywhere or just someone who's sitting at the top like a school president call me and text me.
Beg you.
In the middle of the summer.
I'm not too proud to beg. Don't you worry. I'm not too proud to beg.
Yeah, nah, it was love. It was love. You know,
Oh,
just-
yeah. No, we're good, man.
Yeah,
We're good.
for sure,
We're good.
for sure. You
We're
know
good.
that-
We love each other. We're good. We got love in the club.
The feeling was real. The feeling was real.
It's like we're like the Philadelphia of basketball. Where there's love in our
For
city,
sure.
man.
You know, I'm an Eagles fan too.
There we go. So Eagles is your team. What about your NBA team? What's your NBA team?
I used to have an NBA team as a kid, but you know, as
It's
you get
definitely not the
older-
Wizards after today.
It's
Screw
definitely-
them.
It was
Nah,
never the
nah.
Wizards, yo.
No, we're grateful for Zave. You got a payday out of it.
Yeah,
It's
for
all
sure.
right. That's
Nice
the way it
payday.
goes. Yeah, you do. Good. Yeah. It's
Is
good.
that as
Come
you
back
start
and buy me dinner.
playing those guys? It feels a bit weird.
Yeah,
Like, man, I love Ross Westbrook, and now he's across the floor. It's a
yeah,
bit
for
weird.
sure. I think you almost got to erase that. You're allowed to still be, a fan in some regard. You grew up watching those guys, but there's no way you can be sitting on the court in awe, and you got a guard dude. That's gonna
What shoes
end
were you
up bad
wearing?
for you. See, I was smart about that. I never wore. I used to wear Kai. Everybody knows I wear Kyrie's. That's all I wear. And the only time I didn't wear Kyrie's was when we played Kyrie. I wore some PGs.
Do you reckon you noticed?
I don't think so. I hope not. I mean, shit.
You never know. You never
He went
know.
home. He was pretty bummed Jay wasn't wearing shoes.
Yeah,
It
for
was
sure.
Kyrie's
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah, he didn't say nothing to me or nothing.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I
getting.
noticed you're not wearing any Kyrie's.
Yeah, what's going on? He's
Nice to meet you.
insulted.
Yeah,
Did he
for
put
sure.
30 on you?
Nah, he looked like he was chilling. He might have been chilling because I wore some PGs out of respect.
There you go. There you go. You intimidated him. Hey, what about your brother? So full disclosure, one of the moves I tried was how about we bring you and your brother? Like, let's get you both out here.
Mm-hmm.
And no, that's not a good idea. He's got to go and do his own thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How's he going and where is he now?
He's in Latvia,
Yeah.
playing Champions League. He's doing his thing right now. He's averaging 20 plus.
Really getting minutes?
Yeah, he's playing. He's doing his thing. He's starting.
Is he like a bigger, more talented version of you?
I wouldn't go that far, but he's bigger than me for sure. I will say this was the most competitive summer that we've ever had.
On like you and him going
Yeah,
at it?
in terms of me and him going at it. Like usually I gotta get a group of guys and he's in it.
Right.
But I think this summer, just me and him, we just went to war every day and he
Really?
could go, man. So, you know what our conversation was about bringing him out here. So
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
No, you were right. Your view was firm. No, that's not going to be good for him. He's
Yeah,
got to
for
go
sure.
and he's got to do his own thing. And
Yeah, he's a talented player, man.
you might end up in Latvia next year. We'll get him here. How
Yeah,
about
you
that?
never know.
We'll swap it out.
Interchange. Fuck it.
Pongra's having a heart attack as we speak.
International trade.
Yeah, it's player movements, mate. It's player movements.
They
How's
should
it
put
going?
trades in this league.
Do you reckon there would be?
It'd be dope, man. I mean, obviously, it'd be a little different to uproot your whole life over
Yeah.
here without the same.
Yeah. Look, it's
financial
complicated, and Bogues is a big proponent of it, and and I can understand it. In the last couple of weeks, you've had DJ Vasiljevic moving around, all the dramas that come off the back of that, or so-called dramas, and it drives conversation, it drives interest, and
For sure.
yeah, there are obviously the CBA and the Players Association and players' willingness to move, but we've had a circumstance a couple of years ago. In fact, when we bought Zave back, we had to let a player go, and we couldn't place that player.
Yeah.
Because the process really wasn't set up like that to say, look, we've got someone, can we move this player to another club, and then so on and so forth. But I look, as the league matures, I guess through and as more investment comes in and there's more money to drive these decisions, then players will, if they're willing to move, when you may think it'd be possible, but to think you're in the back third of the season and a team wants to make a trade to move a couple of pieces, and someone's going not so good, so they move them out, and it could be
sure.
good for everyone. It could be a good result.
I think it just gives it a little more flexibility in the league.
Yeah.
Do you need a draft, do you think, to involve, picks as part of that capital, trade capital?
Probably. Young talent. Maybe you change the next stars up into a little draft process, maybe.
Oh,
It's not a bad
Man.
shout.
What do you think of the next stars? What do you reckon about it?
I think it's beautiful, man. Especially the just the recognition that they get worldwide.
Yeah.
You see kids get drafted as next stars over here. I think it's just good for the league, and it's good for them. Just gives them an opportunity to play against some real pros that are older than them. instead of going to college. And
Would it have been something you'd have considered in that sense?
probably, I don't think I was at 18. I
You
don't think I was good enough.
Right, really?
That, but yeah, for sure. But there was some things that I figured out in college that I feel like
college
I really
was right
needed.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't ready for pro.
Nah, not as an 18-year-old.
Right.
Nah. But that's what I'm saying. To see the 18 and 19-year-olds doing what they're doing in the league and making an impact, like I think that'll do nothing but help their game in a major way. You know, they're playing professional systems.
Yeah.
Against pros.
I think it's some of the best pros that we've seen in the Next Stars program. Obviously, there's a few more of them, but
For sure.
like guys ready to contribute.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think I wasn't a fan of it initially, and we were the beneficiary of it. You know, we had Didi come through. He's a draft and stash, but we had Brian Bowen, who was the first Next Star, came to Sydney, and 5 years ago, and tough circumstances. The college system wouldn't accept him, so he sort of came here by default under that model of the Next Stars. But and I've always questioned it a little bit, and but I think now. The fact that every team's virtually got one, it does set up a situation, to your point, that could this be a draft model where it's a bit of there's 10 guys and these are the 10 guys that have been selected into a limited field of players that are prepared to come, and clubs have got needs and so on and so forth. You need a big, you need a guard or something like that.
Because for the Kings to win a championship last year and then Next Star be Tui this year, kind of cheating, but just
that's like, come on. You need to listen to the Perth Wildcats people. Come on,
he's just so talented, man. Like he's so talented.
At
just
18, bro.
18 years old. Like
I was the same as you. I needed to go to college, sit on the bench for a few years.
for sure, just to learn. Get in the weight room. But Tui's already a problem in the weight room. He's confident. Got a good body, good feet. He got game, man. So. Hats off to Tui in the Next Star program.
And his family, and he went through the Centre of Excellence, the NBA Academy. So he's come through the system, the Australian system, and we're in a situation now with Zave getting cut today. I read something on social media, people saying, Australia's got to develop players differently. What you're really looking at is the product of Josh Greens and the Tuis and these guys that are coming through now are genuine products, and they've got a real career ahead of them,
Absolutely.
So we're lucky to have them for a period of time, and how that all works out. But it's definitely a positive for us, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. What's missing from the league? What would you, apart from private aircraft travel, what would you like to see?
I think I answered this the last time I was here. I think just other leagues don't have import limitations.
Right.
As to 3.
Yeah.
Like you see those higher EuroLeague teams and stuff like that, and they have great European players, obviously, but there's 5, 6 Americans on those teams, that they're bouncing in between 10 minutes to 20 minutes, and they're all just helping and playing roles. So it just feels like a little more. Now, obviously, you don't want to take anything away from the Australians. So I think it's a give or take kind of thing. But, just maybe another import slot. Obviously, some.
I think with the potential expansion of the league into increased number of teams.
For sure, I was going to say that too.
Yeah, I think that's probably where that plays in, but that's way outside my pay grade. And last time I looked, the NBL don't appreciate my advice on that kind of thing, so I'll keep that to myself if you can in a podcast environment. Sure. I think, anyway.
Try to edit it, I guess.
Yeah. No. We can cut that out. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And then, so from here, where to? How's the season looking? We've 2-4, 4-2,
4-2, hopefully.
Better than 3-6, I must say.
Yeah, it's better than 3-6.
3-6 was that night, the night against Brisbane.
I think so, huh?
Did you?
I was at that game with a broken foot in the front row.
Yeah, I think that was the first away game you went to. Yeah.
No, I was in Sydney. You did it in Sydney. The dunk in Sydney.
Brisbane.
Well, we played them back to, huh?
No, we played them. We were 3-5, and then we lost up there. Remember that? Chase went nuts in the. Well, he gave that big talk in the locker room. That was all on tape.
The Kumbaya.
And then we came. That was a Friday night. And came back on Sunday, and then you elevated.
Yeah.
Slam dunk.
Have you ever done that before?
Yeah, I actually did it the year before. Not for game. but the year before I caught a good little dunk. Should pull it up.
Yeah, let's get that.
G
Well,
League.
See, when Casper Ware played here, I used to give him crap. I said, come on, man, when are you going to dunk, you know? I used to call him a WNBA player because he can't dunk. He didn't like, it was all right. It was all in good fun. But he said, look, if I ever get a breakaway in the first quarter, he said, I think I can elevate. I think I can get there.
I wonder why the first quarter.
Because he's fresh.
The fresh legs?
Fresh legs.
Yeah, true.
That was like, you went and dunked it over the top of 3 guys in the last minute.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, man, oh man. It happened right in front of us.
Definitely best play
It was pretty good.
probably in my life.
Really?
My young career.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'm glad we all shared it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And I said after the game in the locker room, I said, someone said that, you know, that's an amazing turn. I said, that could change that. I literally said, and I did say, I said, that not only changed our season, that could change the next 3 seasons. And I've no doubt that if we'd have gone 3-7, I don't know where we would have landed.
For sure. Probably would have made some changes.
That's allowed 2 points, man.
It was a very loud 2 points, I guess.
And then missed the free throw.
And then missed the free throw. I was too excited.
It was a dime.
There's no way that free throw was going in.
Yeah.
I was trembling.
Rel dealt with it.
I don't know if
For
the
sure.
video can be cut up over the top of the video for this, but there was... Dave walked back towards the camera and he walked up and went into the huddle around the free throw. Dave just gone, oh my God. Like, he didn't say anything, but his facial expression was so classic. It was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I
what just
imagine it
happened?
surprised everybody because I didn't even dunk in practice. I don't think I might have had like one fast break dunk, 1 or 2 in practice, but I'm sure they don't remember it. So
It was, mate.
it
that
caught
was
me off
something
guard.
else. Yeah. Anyway, so here we are.
Here we are.
So we're back and living in Sydney Olympic Park, over in Paradise, Western Sydney.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, yeah.
You got your apartment.
Olympic Park is cool. I don't really do much, so you know.
You got your old
it's cool.
apartment back, or you got your old lounge back?
Essentially, I got my apartment back. It's a couple floors lower, but it's the same
Smells
corner.
the same.
Same corner, same furniture.
Internet and air conditioning, right?
That's all I need.
2 things in life, two of the essentials. They're human rights now, internet and air
It
conditioning.
definitely should be.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves air conditioning.
With DJ Hogue
and internet.
blowing up the Lux. No air conditioning in his apartment.
Yeah, for sure.
So he went and bought one from Harvey Norman, and I've ordered another one for him today out of my pocket because he reckons I need my boys nice and cool. So
It's good to know
That was me.
that's an option.
he's getting his new Harvey Norman air conditioner tomorrow.
That's what's
So
up.
we need him nice and fresh.
That's what's up.
We don't want him getting cooked.
I be over there sometimes taking naps, so.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you talking about me for real.
And does he wear Speedos?
Does he wear Speedos?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen him in Speedos. I don't think he's a
I'd be
Speedo guy.
Yeah,
surprised.
that's a bit of a thing down. It's a bit of a thing down at Bronte, isn't it? The Speedos.
Yeah, I don't know if DJ's one to jump
DJ
on that
was-
bandwagon.
He was pretty short. Tui.
Tui busts Speedos out for an ice
Longley
bath after
does.
the game.
Longley does. Longley's a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
Speedo man.
That's a wild guy to be wearing Speedos. He's a little too big for Speedos.
Well, you know that documentary they made, Australian Story. I don't know if you've seen. Oh no, it was Australian Story. He's laying in the ocean at green pools in Western Australia.
In Speedos?
In Speedos and a cap. It's
gotta look.
he doesn't
powerful.
care.
It's
He doesn't
powerful.
care. He just owns it.
That's gangster.
That's it. You know. So have you ever been over there to his place?
No, I haven't. He told me before I left last time it would make it happen, but it didn't happen. So hold him to it this time.
I went down
We'll all
there.
just show up unannounced in Speedos.
I couldn't imagine. Do you go on the beach? You go on the water?
Yeah, I have lately. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm really enjoying Sydney this time around. I've been in the water. I've been just laying on the beach, which is crazy to me. I don't understand it.
It's unbelievable. It's
But he's
remarkable.
got a novel out. He's going
You know,
crazy.
what are you watching at the moment? Apart
I
from
just
tape,
watch.
apart from moods tapes.
Yeah, apart from film. He doesn't believe that I watch film either. It's the craziest thing in the world, bro.
You know they got a system they can check what you've been watching. You know.
But I watch it. I just watched the game back on KO though. Like, it's you get a full sense of what's going
The
on.
rich
Like,
experience.
You know. Shout out to free KO, man.
Yeah.
But what did I just watch? I watched Power lately.
Yeah.
No, you don't watch.
No. What are you
I watch
watching?
Power.
There's a new spin-off, right? Or is it
Yeah,
the OG?
the new spinoff with Tommy Egan, white guy.
Power. What's it on Netflix or something? What's it on?
It's on Stars.
Right.
I think Amazon does that out here.
Yeah, Stars.
Could be wrong.
I don't know who has Stars out here, but
I've been chomping down hard on morning show, which is
Alonzo Mourning?
no, the morning show. It's that
Steve Carell,
it's a
Apple
Steve
TV.
Carell,
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston, and but it's gone a bit haywire. These shows, they come along and then they're really great and they're so believable, but then it just arcs out into the unbelievable, and
Yeah,
I just
sure.
can't keep up with it.
Every idea's got to be a TV show these days, and they don't, it's great long format. They
Yeah.
don't necessarily have it open and shut in their mind before they start writing
For
it.
sure.
What do you think of Winning Time?
I didn't watch it.
Didn't
Gotta
watch
be
it?
honest. But didn't they cancel it? They canceled
Yeah.
it.
Just
after
got it
2
did 2
seasons.
series, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna lie. It's on there for me to
Yeah.
watch when I get there.
I was pretty pissed about it because I was invited to the launch thing here, and they had the guy who played the Aussie who played
Jason Clarke,
who did he play?
Jerry West.
Jerry West, and the fella that played Magic.
That's dope.
The fella that played Magic, I swear to God, he's 5'8".
There you go.
I don't know, and then.
Camera adds
And I
10
just
feet.
couldn't get it.
Yeah,
Like, I'm going, is he
clearly.
really? And of course, I didn't really appreciate how great the Jerry West character was because I hadn't even seen the series. So I really didn't. I didn't engage and didn't talk to these people, or whatever. But the guy that played,
I don't think Jerry West was too chuffed about how he was.
no, I don't think it was. Either, but so the magic of television, they made MJ look. They made Magic look big, and in real life,
That was a great show.
It was not that big. Yeah. So something else. Yeah.
We gotta check it out.
Yeah. You got to do that. You gotta-
HBO. That's HBO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, HBO.
Yeah.
You never watched it.
No.
It's pretty
How,
hard.
how do you feel about? I find I don't not gravitated towards like sports
Drama and that.
TV. Like I really
Yeah.
enjoyed Winning Time, but I don't know something about like when I see a sports movie or sports TV show, I'm like,
I'm big crime.
it's my job.
Crime drama.
Yeah,
Not so much drama,
but
but
you're
like that's hand in hand.
a science fiction guy.
Yeah, science fiction.
See, I'm
fantasy,
not.
That's where I'm gonna dabble.
I can't do it.
No,
Can't
no,
do
you
it.
didn't even do Game of Thrones. Or
No.
what everyone did.
Game
Hulk,
of Thrones
no,
was
nothing.
fire.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Game of Thrones.
No.
Great
Changed
show.
television.
Iron Man's
Facts.
about the most I'll take of
That's basically.
science fiction. That's
Is that
about
sci-fi?
it.
Does that go in that category?
Yeah, superhero is kind of it's all fantasy stories, but all the tech and all that. It's kind of.
I
bit
just
of a
like Robert
mix.
Downey Jr. I do.
Tony Stark.
That Iron
Terrific.
Man movie was
Tony
pretty
Stark,
pretty
yeah.
excellent.
I want. If I died and come back, I want to be Tony Stark. I think. When I die and come back, I should say.
Well, when he died, he wanted to be Paul Smith.
Yeah, well,
Tell you what, I've nearly died a few times under the Sydney Kings. I can trust me on that. I can tell you right now. That's a near death experience on occasions, I must say.
what they call it? They used to call it the. This is right when I
Heart-
got the Sun
Violet
Kings,
Crumbles, the heartbreak.
the Cardiac
The
Kings.
Cardiac
Kings.
Kings, yeah.
Cardiac Kings.
How good.
I nearly had. I think the closest I've come to a heart attack was Brucey's 3-pointer when we beat Illawarra. Did you see that one?
When he hit the.
I did the night.
That
Oh my
was- that was
god!
something.
That's tough to even think to celebrate like that fast. It's a witty dude.
Is he practicing that at home? You
He
reckon?
might be practicing that. It has to be. Leaves the follow through up, goes right to it.
Huge.
We
Goes
might
to
have to get him
practice.
in for that one. We might have to deconstruct that.
No
event.
interview, just
No, it's
get him
true.
to do that and
Then get
end the show.
Poor old Illawarra. Yeah, that was a tough night for those boys. That was a tough one. But anyway, that's all good. So, Jaylen, it's been good having you on board, mate.
Good to be here.
I think
It's,
we can. We got some gimmick stuff we can do.
Yeah, do you want
I
a
think
couple more things?
Let's break it for the ad and then
Okay, we're
wrap it
going to
up.
go to a ad break here with Harvey Norman and Road, and then we'll come back for the
Drink some water.
Yeah, the final five, the starting five.
Bit of starting
Right,
five.
we'll be right back.
So this is maybe a bit of a gimmick, Jay, but
We're going to test it on you.
Yeah,
Test
stay
it.
with us. This is part of the train wreck that you're a part of.
Good.
Just a
Crash
bit of a
Dummy
segment,
J
but
here.
we want you to build us a starting five, but not like boring. Who's your all-time NBA? More like, cultural. Bit shed some wisdom on us about food in the DMB. Is kind of what we're going for. But I don't want like
With
a
the
top,
top
five.
five?
No. It's not a top five. You're building a basketball starting five. So point guard is not like, it's
person.
not your number one. I want it to be like who's running the show, who's feeding the fam out there. What's your go-to for that?
Okay. I can make this work. See, I done ate everywhere though.
Well, that's good
All
because
right.
you need 5 different options for
All right,
specific
all right.
criteria.
So I'll try to go off some recency. I gotta throw. Like, what if I throw Chipotle in it? That's wild. I'm not gonna lie.
cool.
Well, you could build.
That's wild.
Do you want me to
So
explain?
Chipotle at like the
Feed the
Chipotle
fan.
would have to be. That's like at the 4
That's your power forward. So like
Yeah.
stretch, bit different every time.
for sure. It's like you kind of get the same thing. You know what you're getting from.
Yeah,
You know what you're getting from Chipotle. You know what you're getting from the 4 man.
yeah.
But it's reliable though. You
I
know?
would say that's a 5. Like, solid, does little things, bit
Could be.
underrated, pretty handsome.
This guy.
Hang on.
No, we can use that to describe the
okay.
4 man.
So we'll go 4. We'll go 4 or 5. Leave it open for now.
Right.
Gotta be wings. I'm a big America's Best guy.
Yeah.
America's Best wings, honey lemon peppers.
What's that? Two man, like knockdown shooter,
That's the score.
reliable. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the score.
What do
at the
you
top.
20 pack or what do you normally do?
20 for sure.
20, yeah.
Fries extra crispy.
Right.
And 3 ranches.
Okay. Any seasonings on the fries?
Yeah, Old Bay for sure. That's
Ah.
a go-to.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah,
that's the
we
score
maybe
right
need
there.
snacks in here.
We do.
That's
Yeah.
like the fam knows to get me that.
Like if your mum wants you to come home,
she's gonna.
she calls you, says, I got wings.
For sure.
That's
Okay.
a knockdown shooter.
Ah,
That sounds like a 2 man.
Yeah.
That's a 2-man right
3 man, like versatile, kind
Okay.
of do it all. What's going on there?
I'll shout out my man's restaurant, Bukum Cafe.
This is the one where you have the biggest night out of your life.
Yeah.
Good night.
But great food though.
How do you spell it? Bukum. How's it?
Bukom.
And what's the cuisine?
It's African food,
Right. Like,
but it's good though. It's
Like-
whatever you need. So
It's
I'll go there, I get
versatile.
some suya.
yeah.
You know, they make wings for me.
Special. If you go in, is there a Jaylen Adams item on the menu? The Jaylen burger or
I
something?
feel like
that?
it's the wings, but like it's not. Obviously, it's not my restaurant.
No,
But-
of course.
But they know like, it's my guys. They know that if I come in there, they be like, you want some wings?
So if there's 20 people out the front, you can walk straight to the front of the line and go in?
Oh, for sure.
Ah,
Through the
that's
kitchen.
right.
Good
Yeah,
fellas.
yeah, I go to the kitchen.
Yeah,
Actually.
like the president.
Yeah, for sure. Those my guys though. Shout out to them. Yeah,
Bukum.
Bukum Cafe, man.
So I need a big and I need a point guard.
So at the one, what's the one dude? He's just like the facilitator.
Yeah, he's feeding the fam, man. Running the show. Maybe high IQ, but I wouldn't say that in front of a point guard.
So is it this point guard? It's Sydney King's PG.
What's that
That's
mean?
Grandma house. That's
Yeah.
Grandma house.
Grandma house.
I live 2 minutes from my grandmother.
Oh, let's go. That's a good
So
answer.
it's not a restaurant.
Yeah, it's not a restaurant.
That's a good answer.
That's
Right.
Grandma house.
That's a
right
provider.
Oh,
there. That's the
man.
provider right there.
Even when you don't
Hearts
want
are
food.
breaking right now,
You
Jay.
know, that's the distributor right there. Grandma
Wow.
is. She make everything and anything, and she's an expert at every meal.
And no judgment.
None.
Oh, you get a bit of judgment from Granny, surely.
She's not. I mean, she called me after the last game actually. She said you need to get in the gym. So you need to shoot better. She's that type of grandma.
I like your grandma.
Yeah, so,
Give me her phone number.
yeah, so she's the one.
Does she have a go-to? Like, is there a specialty
Yeah.
though?
What does she make all the time? I'm trying to think. So like that come home meal, I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
It's usually some ribs, baked beans, mac and cheese, candy yams.
See, now you had me until candy yams. That's,
You can't do the candy yams.
I'm not.
That's the best thing on the Thanksgiving lineup
Yeah,
right
they
there.
are.
And
special.
when we lived in the States, Thanksgiving to me was like Christmas for a member of the Jewish fraternity. We just didn't get it.
Yeah, that's tough.
We didn't get it. But particularly what I didn't get
How do you
was
not wrap your head around buckets of food and
Oh,
Good
yeah,
times.
but it was
It's
It
just
was
the
a- it
texture.
was a
and American
circumstance.
colonialization?
so we like Christmas. You see, Christmas is so big for Aussies, and such a big thing. It's such a, because in the States you got Thanksgiving, you got Halloween, all that sort of stuff. Then Thanksgiving kicks in, where families get together, and Christmas is it's not a 2 or 3 day. It's only a couple of days off in the States. Like
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's a bigger holiday.
Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday for sure.
Yeah. And we used to go overseas. We used to get cheap flights to Italy or something like that. We'd go away for a week.
sure.
It was my daughter's birthday. She was born on Thanksgiving Day in Sydney, when she was born 1,000 years ago, whenever that was. Sorry, Maddie. But the whole notion of savoury food with sweet things on top just doesn't happen. It's not happening for me at all. So You stick with your grandma's candy
Yeah,
yams.
I'm all right
I
with grandma.
respect it. Respect.
telling you,
And
she'll
then we
give-
need the big.
If she shows up, I might tell her, make you a plate. Just make it make it a little corner. Just try it.
All right. Out the edgy bit, the
Don't knock
crispy
it.
bits on
For
the edge.
sure, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's go.
Well, you went Chipotle. That feels like the solid. That feels like your big man. Like,
Probably my 5.
yeah,
Just
respect.
all reliable, you know. So would I go?
You need a
Chipotle,
4-man. How do you even
America's
sum up a
best.
4-man these days? It's kind of like a bit of everything, depending on the.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Chipotle the 3 or something like that?
No, Chipotle's the
We
5.
moved it to the 5 because Jordi feels like he's all reliable.
Right.
Yeah, and Chipotle gives me the runs.
It's like, I feel like it jams up everybody's stomach a
Yeah.
little bit.
That's right.
It's like
You
it's
need
worth it though.
Yeah, you always need it in a pinch, and then it's like you need a detox for a few days before going back.
For sure.
Yeah.
What's a 4-man these days, man?
It's a stretch big.
Yeah, just
More versatile, I guess.
Yeah.
Versatility like the 2. I
Yeah.
guess no, the 2 is a knockdown shooter. I would
2's
say
a knockdown.
for
3 was your versatile.
4.
Bit different depending on who it is, right? Depending on the team.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
guess I
need?
can go. Where have I been eating lately? I'm trying to think of my latelys.
You're a pizza guy?
Nah. I like pizza. Who doesn't like
Yeah,
pizza?
of course. Yeah,
You
but
know,
it's not your. It's not in your starting 5.
Nah. Pizza's not my starting 5.
Mm.
I'm going to go with. So I've been eating at my man. He just. Another friend. Can't walk through the kitchen of this spot, though. He just has a lot of good food, great refreshments. It's called Soul Baltimore Sports Bar.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he has mad good food. And I've been there. I'm not even a Ravens fan, but I'll go watch a game, get some food. And it's mad stuff on the menu, too, so mad creative.
I imagine after that shout out, you'll be able to walk through the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. So hopefully, tag them if they.
You better
if
warn them.
in
They're
there.
going to be
It's great.
mobbed by people after this
It's
podcast.
elite food in there. Good vibes, music, football games on Sundays. Good vibes.
Good vibes probably sums up actually a good 4-man.
Yeah, for sure. Great vibes.
Just there for the
Good
vibes.
vibes. Good vibes sounds like a good wind up for our whole show.
Good
There's a
vibes.
bit of love in the room.
Yeah, for sure.
All
Gotta
right.
love it.
Well, that's our first episode. JA, thanks for the insights.
Easy as that.
Covered some territory. You didn't get hurt, which is important.
For sure.
Good luck this weekend, mate. Both of you off to Cairns. Love the deep north. It'll be good.
Deep north.
Thanks, of course, to our sponsors, Harvey Norman and Road, for all their support. We appreciate that as all that they do for us, and we'll get ready for our second episode next week or whenever it comes around. Okay.
One day.
All right. Thanks, man.
Stay
Yeah,
safe
sure.
out there, Jay.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks for having me.
All right.